A white snake was burning alive. A shepherd saw it and pulled it out on the spot, then poured the cool water from his canteen right over the snake's body. The snake looked up at him and felt something shift deep inside. This guy had a 1,000-year fate tied to her. To settle the debt, the snake traced the characters for thank you into the dirt, then led Lu Qinghe deeper into the valley. They walked for half a shichen, about an hour. The path started barely wide enough for one person, then suddenly opened up into something massive. A giant bronze gate appeared right in front of them. Inside was a breathtaking, enormous palace. The Snake King learned his daughter Qingyao had been saved by Lu Qinghe. By White Snake Kingdom law, a life debt must be repaid with great honor. So he gave him 2 choices. 1, enough gold to live rich for life. 2, a spirit bell that lets you understand the language of every creature. I'll take the second one. A flash of surprise crossed the Snake King's eyes, then turned to approval. Qingyao glided down the steps, picked up the spirit bell, and brought it to Lu Qinghe. She gently pressed it against the center of his forehead. In an instant, a flood of sounds poured into Lu Qinghe's ears. The distant trickle of an underground river, the hushed whispers of little snakes nearby, the faint crawling of insects deep in the stone walls, even the soft hum of glowing crystals lighting up. At first it was pure chaos. Then slowly everything became crystal clear. Father, his presence feels so warm. This one has a pure heart. He might be worthy of being entrusted to the human world. Wonder how long he'll hold up this time. The Snake King said the gift had been given and told Qingyao to escort their guest out. The white snake bowed and gently coiled around Lu Qinghe's arm, leading him slowly out of the great hall. They walked all the way to the cave entrance, and Qingyao suddenly stopped. She circled around him and said, 7 days from now, I have something important to tell you. He was confused but nodded and agreed. From then on, he started filtering out the noise and locking in on only what mattered. This ability couldn't make him rich directly, but it made shepherding a whole lot easier. On the full moon night 7 days later, Lu Qinghe showed up at Fire Dragon Gorge as promised. Qingyao told him he hadn't misused the Spirit Bell's power. He had passed the White Snake Kingdom's test, and that Lu Qinghe was definitely not from an ordinary family. That hit Lu Qinghe hard till he froze. For as long as he could remember, he'd been the adopted son of the owner of Lu's tofu shop, and now he was just a broke shepherd with nothing to his name. No real shot at ever uncovering the truth. Before he could respond, Qingyao's body lit up with a soft white glow. In seconds, she transformed into a stunningly beautiful girl dressed in white. She looked at him seriously and said she had an ancient secret recipe for tofu. She could help him reopen Lu's tofu shop. Once things settled down, she'd quietly help him dig into his past. A slight blush crept onto Lu Qinghe's face. Then he gave a bitter smile and said, I don't even have the money to open a tofu shop right now. Qingyao reached into her sleeve and pulled out a pearl from the East Sea. She said it was something she'd earned during her cultivation, more than enough to cover startup costs. Lu Qinghe tried to say no but couldn't, and took the pearl. Then brought Qingyao back with him to Peach Blossom Town. Once they were back in town, Lu Qinghe told everyone. Qingyao was a distant cousin whose parents had passed, coming to stay with family. The townspeople saw how gorgeous and graceful she was. There was gossip, but nobody really dug into it. A few days later, Lu Qinghe took the pearl to a pawn shop, got 50 taels of silver, and successfully reopened Lu's tofu shop. Qingyao's secret recipe was absolutely no joke. She soaked the beans in fresh spring water from Jade Screen Mountain, following the White Snake Kingdom's method, controlling every detail of the coagulation process. The tofu came out silky smooth, melt in your mouth good. In less than half a month, it became the most famous product in Peach Blossom Town. Every fresh batch sold out before noon. Lu Qinghe got better and better at running the business. Life for the two of them was getting more and more comfortable. And the best part? Qingyao also knew medicine. She could identify hundreds of herbs. She secretly used the White Snake Kingdom's healing techniques to treat the townspeople for free, and quickly earned the nickname the Little Divine Doctor of the Lu family. One day, Chen Zixuan, son of the wealthiest man in town, Chen the Elder, showed up at Lu's tofu shop again. Young Master Chen was about 20 years old, a well-known scholar across the county, getting ready for the imperial exam in the capital. Ever since he first saw Qingyao and was completely floored, he'd been coming to the shop every single day, sometimes using buying tofu as an excuse, sometimes faking an illness to ask for a checkup, all just to find a reason to talk to Qingyao. That day, he showed up again playing the frail, delicate scholar routine, complained to Qingyao that he'd been grinding non-stop and kept getting brutal headaches. Qingyao just smiled calmly, told him straight, his pulse was totally fine, nothing wrong with him, and shut down his little scheme without missing a beat. Chen Zixuan hit a wall, but didn't give up one bit. Instead turned to Lu Qinghe, making small talk and pretending to care. You're clearly well-read. Why not take the exam and bring some glory to your family? Lu Qinghe shook his head and said he had no big ambitions, just wanted a quiet, simple life. A flash of contempt crossed Chen Zixuan's eyes, but he kept that warm, friendly smile plastered on his face. Showered Lu Qinghe with compliments, called his humble mindset truly admirable, then casually brought up his father's birthday banquet in 3 days, warmly invited both Lu Qinghe and Qingyao to come celebrate. We still have to show up to Chen the Elder's birthday banquet. Ugh, I hate these kinds of events. The Chen family basically runs this town. We just got here, we can't afford to make enemies. Fine. The two prepared their gifts and headed over to the Chen estate together. The Chen estate was lit up with lanterns and decorations, guests pouring in non-stop. Chen Zixuan stood personally at the gate to greet everyone. When he saw Qingyao in her light blue dress, the obsession in his eyes burned even hotter. Qingyao noticed, and deliberately took Lu Qinghe's arm. Chen Zixuan was burning with jealousy inside, but kept his face completely neutral, already scheming in his head how to humiliate Lu Qinghe in front of everyone at the banquet.